Reporting live from the CTV studios in Eugene, Oregon, here is Mike Albin.
Good evening and welcome to the Albin Report. I'm Mike Albin. Tonight we discuss vulgarity. Is there a place for vulgarity in the political office? With me are two guests who have recently got in trouble on this subject. Vice President Dick Cheney, and our second guest is so-called actress and comedian Whoopi Goldberg. My first question goes to you, Mr. Vice President. Do you believe that you should be held at a higher standard when it comes to vulgarity?
No. Oh, God, I've been sitting here for the last 4 years listening to those motherfucking Democrats call me a robot. I just sit back and take it like some because apparently it's inappropriate for the Vice President of the United States to say or. So I finally said all that, yo.
Whoopi, in your response to that, do you feel that vulgarity is accepted in a political venue?
Mike, there's already a vulgarity going on in politics. It's called the Iraq War, man. Why is everybody worried about little old jumpin' Jack Flash me? That's not even the most vulgar thing I did this year. Didn't anyone see Whoopi?
So Whoopi, do you feel that you being fired from Slim Fast for that very reason is an infringement on your First Amendment rights?
Of course it was an infringement on my First Amendment rights, but in a way, it's justified, since my movies like Burglar, Sister Act, and The Associate has caused most people to be violated of their Eighth Amendment right, the right to avoid cruel and unusual punishment. What the You ain't even fat. How can a skinny like you even sell fat juice to fat people? That's upped.
Well, let's bring in an authority on the vulgarity issue. With me now is the host of Tales of the Anti-Man, the Anti-Man.
Thank you, Mike. It's a pleasure to be on.
Now, before you have any comments on vulgarity, Anti-Man, could you give us a little knowledge of the history of vulgarity?
Actually, vulgarity is a very rich and religious history. You know how we're told today that we shouldn't use the Lord's name in vain? Well, it's actually funny that we mention that because the F word, the S word, and even the C word were once former prophets of dead religions. That's right. In 2,000 years, simply saying Jesus will get your face slapped because it's a vulgarity.
Well, with that, your thoughts on vulgarity now? Has it gotten too far?
I don't know if it's gone too far, Mike, in the sense as if it's just not used properly. I think vulgarity is used too much. It's not put in the proper rhythms. You know, you have to be very articulate. Why say when you can simply go off and say, you know, it's about tone, it's about style. You set emotion, all right? You know, it's just, there's a lack of artistic quality in saying anymore. You know, I mean, it's almost used as a cheap joke for bad skits.
Well, with that response, Anti-Man, I guess I have to ask you, what's worse, the F word or the C word?
Ooh, well, okay, let's see. Farrah Fawcett or Creed? I definitely have to say Creed.
Well, that's all the time we have on the Albin Report. I want to thank my guests, Vice President Dick Cheney, Whoopi Goldberg, and of course, the Anti-Man. Thank you so much for being here. You know, a final thought on this subject of vulgarity. It's part of our language. It's everywhere. It's in our homes, it's on television, it's in our music. So basically, who gives a Good night, and we'll see you next time.